Welcome to the CISO Daily Update.
Cyberattack hits Shoshone-Bannock tribes. Key services unaffected. Recovery in progress. The Shoshone-Bannock tribes recently experienced a cyberattack that disrupted operations on the Fort Hall Reservation in Idaho, temporarily shutting down the tribal government and affecting communication systems. Despite these challenges, critical services remained operational, and most departments resumed work by August 26th. The tribes are collaborating with the FBI and a Homeland Security contractor to investigate the incident and enhance security. Although the attack impacted various departments, key functions like the gaming enterprise and the tribal high school were unaffected. The tribes are committed to resolving the situation and restoring full functionality. Leaked docs expose media giants' secret listening software. Leaked documents from Cox Media Group reveal their use of active listening technology, which allegedly captures and analyzes conversations from smartphones to target ads. The technology enables advertisers to deliver ads based on real-time conversations about specific products or services. Following the leak, Google cut ties with CMG, and Meta is investigating potential violations of its terms of service. Amazon stated that it has never collaborated with CMG on this program. The leaked information has sparked privacy concerns and backlash, particularly regarding the legality and ethics of such intrusive data collection practices. Oil titan Halliburton confirms data was stolen in cyberattack. Major oil and gas company Halliburton disclosed that an unauthorized third party accessed and stole data from its networks in a recent cyberattack. The incident disrupted and restricted access to various programs, affecting the company's operations and corporate functions. While Halliburton believes the attack will have little impact on its bottom line, it has paid expenses for incident response and operational disruptions. The company's stock sank 3.8% in morning trading, following a 6% drop over the previous week. Ex-engineer charged in Missouri for failed $750,000 Bitcoin extortion attempt. A 57-year-old former engineer from Kansas City, Missouri, Daniel Ryan, was charged with extortion, intentional damage to a protected computer, and wire fraud following a failed $750,000 Bitcoin extortion attempt against his previous employer, an industrial company in New Jersey. Ryan allegedly gained unauthorized access to the company's network, locked out IT administrators, deleted backups, and threatened further damage unless 20 Bitcoin was paid. The investigation revealed that Ryan used his company-issued laptop and tools like Windows NetUser and PSPW to carry out the attack. He faces up to 35 years in prison and a $750,000 fine. New cyber-attack targets industrial automation sector with malware. New cybercrime group Stone Wolf is targeting the industrial automation sector with a phishing campaign to spread Medusa Stealer malware. The attackers impersonate legitimate companies in their phishing emails, which include attachments like Dostavka Prom Automatic Zip that install the malware when opened. Medusa Stealer has been available as malware as a service since June 2023 and captures sensitive data such as login credentials, system information, and cryptocurrency wallet details. It also monitors web browsers, email clients, and various applications. The malware's subscription costs range from $199 to $1,199, and it includes a builder tool and web panel for tracking stolen data. Beware of new phishing attack that mimics ScreenConnect and Zoom. A sophisticated phishing attack targeting Zoom users has been uncovered using a fake Zoom portal to trick victims into installing ScreenConnect, now ConnectWise Control. This software allows attackers to remotely access and control compromised machines without the victim's knowledge. The operation involves a phishing site mimicking Zoom to deliver ScreenConnect, which connects to a command and control server for malicious activities. To appear legitimate, the phishing site often uses obfuscated techniques, including signed binaries. Attackers are exploiting this access for financial fraud and other malicious actions. Chrome 128 updates patch high-severity vulnerabilities. Google released 2 bug fixes for Chrome 128, resolving 8 security flaws, 6 of which are critical concerns revealed by external researchers. The initial update addressed 4 critical memory safety problems, 3 impacting Chrome's V8 JavaScript engine, and 1 involving a heap buffer overflow in the Skia graphics library. The second update addressed 4 additional vulnerabilities, including a use-after-free vulnerability in web audio and an out-of-bounds write in V8. The upgrades are available for Windows, macOS, and Linux. Although there is no evidence that these vulnerabilities were exploited in the wild, users are encouraged to upgrade their browsers immediately. VMware patches high-severity code execution flaw in Fusion. VMware issued a security update for its Fusion hypervisor, addressing a high-severity code execution vulnerability, CVE 2024-38811, with a CVSS score of 8.8 out of 10. This vulnerability, triggered by an unprotected environment variable, could allow a malicious actor with standard user access to execute malware within the Fusion application, potentially leading to a complete system compromise. The issue affects VMware Fusion 13.x and has been addressed in version 13.6. Users are strongly encouraged to update to the most recent version, as there are no workarounds. The update also includes an OpenSSL 3.0.14 upgrade. D-Link says it is not fixing 4 RCE flaws in DIR846W routers. D-Link announced it would not fix 4 remote code execution vulnerabilities affecting its DIR846W routers, as the product has reached end of life and end of support. The flaws, 3 of which are rated critical and do not require authentication, were discovered by a researcher who has shared limited details and withheld proof-of-concept exploits. Despite acknowledging the severity of the flaws, D-Link advises users to retire the DIR846W routers immediately, or, if that's not feasible, ensure the latest firmware is installed, use strong passwords, and enable Wi-Fi encryption. Canonical addresses critical Linux kernel AWS vulnerabilities with new patches. Canonical has released critical updates for Ubuntu to address several Linux kernel vulnerabilities that impact Amazon Web Services. These vulnerabilities, including race conditions and memory management errors, pose risks such as system crashes and unauthorized access. The patches, now available for multiple Ubuntu versions, are critical for securing both Ubuntu-based systems and AWS environments. AWS users with Ubuntu instances are strongly advised to apply these updates immediately to mitigate these risks and maintain system stability. Vulnerabilities in Microsoft apps for macOS allow stealing permissions. Cisco Talos identified 8 vulnerabilities in Microsoft apps for macOS that could allow attackers to exploit app permissions and access sensitive data. These flaws enable malicious injection into Microsoft applications, potentially granting unauthorized access to resources like the microphone, camera, and screen recording. The vulnerabilities affect Microsoft Office apps and Microsoft Teams apps. Despite the risks, Microsoft considers these issues low risk and has only patched some of the affected applications. The flaws exploit the transparency, consent, and control framework's weaknesses, particularly in apps using the com.apple.security.cs. disable library validation entitlement, which may undermine macOS's hardened runtime security. A third of organizations suffered a SaaS data breach this year. Despite increased awareness of SaaS security, a third of organizations experienced a SaaS data breach in 2024. Decentralization of SaaS adoption has led to confusion over security responsibilities, with many organizations unaware of the full extent of their SaaS usage and risks. Although 90% of organizations have policies to ensure that only sanctioned apps are used, enforcement is lacking, and many SaaS apps are integrated without adequate security vetting. Active ransomware groups surged by 56% in 2024. In the first half of 2024, the number of active ransomware groups surged by 56%, with 73 groups in operation compared to 46 in H1 2023, according to a Searchlight Cyber report. This fragmentation follows law enforcement crackdowns on major ransomware-as-a-service groups and the disappearance of Black Cat. Smaller, less-known groups are now rapidly emerging and launching targeted attacks. Notably, Lockbit remained the most prominent group with 434 victims, while Ransom Hub, a new entrant, became the third most active. Despite the rise in active groups, the overall number of ransomware victims decreased.
Thanks for listening. Remember to subscribe to our newsletter at CISOheadlines.com. Until next time, stay curious.